Bottom of the clip, but the gunshine state. Ha. What them boys still boating in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get cake and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. Ha. A lot of fakes, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking 9, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South, raised in the South. A Dade County nigga that was.
Broke my glasses, man, so I'm being here with some glasses with one leg on them, dog. I'm rocking just like this. One leg on, ain't got nothing going on over here. Nothing. One leg glass. So they start getting cricket. Y'all just in the comment section say straight in the glasses, dog. What's good, man? We in the thing, Crib Talk. Got X in here, got Medi in here, got Clemson Rich in here. Hey, Rich, boy, your Clemson Tiger, boy, that thing going down fast. Boy, you gonna have to start saying you from Penn State or something.
I know, man. Dabo keep opening his mouth, man. It gets worse every time.
Oh man, did y'all hear what Dabo said? Did you hear what he said when the guy asked him about his the money?
Nah,
he was like, man, Dabo, you getting paid $11-something million, and Dabo was like, well, look, man, you should go apply for the coaching job and see if it works for you.
Oh damn.
Well, Dabo, I think Dabo trying to get fired. I heard they won't fire Dabo though. I heard he got too much power.
Yeah, they can't fire Dabo, man.
Nah, at this point he gonna have to call somebody a nigga to get that. How that happen?
Yeah, he gonna have to be something like that. He gonna have to be something like that.
You been talking crazy though.
No, not crazy enough. Not $11 million crazy.
You know what? I think Dabo understands that Nick Saban is on his last leg and he's next to Ryan.
Right.
And like I said,
like, if I win, I win. I lose, I lose. Yes, of course.
Yeah. He's an alum.
Huh?
He's an Alabama alum.
Alabama alum.
Home for him.
Yeah. Well, things getting dicey for Dabo. He got to figure out NIL and paying players and the transfer portal. It ain't the same. You ain't just gonna get...
Clemson thing is they, all their players get paid the same amount of NIL. Nobody's getting paid more than the other. I think that's the only issue he has besides the portal, which is not a bad issue because they getting paid like money. So it's not like they not getting paid. It's just the portal. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, years ago when Dabo got that whole defensive line to come back, they paid them guys to come back to school.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
They was in the NIL early. What's up in the comment section? What's up, Gage? Shotty in the comment section, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit like, share. Who we got in there? Shard. We got Cane Juice in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit like, man. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're going to get into a few things tonight. But first, man, I want to start with some ILD stuff. This Crib Talk, right?
Yeah.
Crib Talk. All right, so I want to start with some ILD stuff real fast. If you like Elon Musk and you thought about buying Tesla, the shit is dropping like a goddamn hot something. You know what I'm saying? So Tesla at 196, Tesla at 197, 198, even at 200 is a good buy. I would buy it. You know what I'm saying? I would suggest my kids to buy it and hold on to it for 5 years. So that's one of them stocks that don't drop often. It drops and then it goes. Next week it may be at 230. So if you was looking to jump in something long term, if you know about options, you on the ID squad, you know how to get into a long option. Then that's all the merrier. But just simple way to get into the market. Wake up in the morning, download Robinhood or Webull and buy as many Tesla stocks as you can at this current price that it's at, which is 200. Earlier today was 196.
Disclaimer: please do not spend your money.
You will lose money if you listen to Streeter.
We are not financial advisors.
I'm not your financial advisor.
Like it says down at the bottom.
If you listen to Streeter,
do your own research and make sure that you do not invest nothing that you cannot. If you're gonna invest in Tesla thinking that you're gonna run it up and be able to pay your rent off for the next 3 months, we did not tell you that. That's on you. Do what you can afford. Same thing with gambling. We don't,
Right. So that's our disclaimer. But me,
let me ask you this about Tesla.
Huh?
Let me ask you this about Tesla. You think is it going down because they have other cars that are actually doing the same thing Tesla doing now? Is it something like that or not?
No, the stock market goes up and down, right?
Oh, okay. So that's just the stock market. I was thinking
basically Elon Musk started lowering all the prices on his cars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He started lowering all the prices on his cars as all these other companies started creating their EVs. So they create their EVs, and all their EVs are what? They're the older price of what Elon's was. They're higher. So he lowered the price on his cars, basically. So now when everybody's jumping in the game, their EVs are priced at 100,000, 150, things like that, right? He's gotten some that's 30, 40. So basically, he's kind of going against the grain for the long term to sell more cars. He's already in the space. BP just jumped in bed with him. So they're going to start putting electric chargers at the gas station because even BP realized, this gas shit going to run out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So he owns too much of the space. You know what I'm saying? But stocks go up and they go down. So basically, hit last third quarter, the sales of Tesla was down. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Elon saying the truck gonna come out, but we done kind of pinned ourselves in the hole with the truck, and because he just talks, he just talks. He don't think about what he says. He just says it, and people took it as a bad report. So the stock go down, but that's just how when it goes down, that means it's time to buy.
Yeah,
that's it. That's when it's time to buy. The shoes on sale, the Jordans on sale. Let's go to Foot Locker and get the Jordans when they're on sale. Not when JoJo's selling them for twice the price. You know what I'm saying? So when the stock go down to us broke people, it's a bad thing. Tesla doing bad. To rich people, it's like load up. To people who understand the market, it's like time to buy.
Think of it like a Tyler Van Dyke performance. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's throwing picks and all that, don't know I want to be around him, bench him. He should be here. When he playing, playing like Texas A&M, everybody that's not what you want to buy. You want to buy that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's why we got
buy when we play in Virginia and Georgia Tech.
Tyler Van Vember, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, you don't want him on. Yeah, you want you don't want to buy him when he at the Texas A&M. You want to buy him at the Middle Tennessee State. He the same Tyler. He gonna come right back next week. He may give you Texas A&M. Good one. That was a decent one, KB.
That was bad,
bro. No. I thought I heard you say it was a bad analogy.
No, he said it was a good analogy.
No, I said it was a good one. I said it was great.
You said it was good one. Oh, okay. But that was the ILD squad, man. If you want to get down the ILD squad, 786-459-499. You will lose money if you listen to Streeter. But me, I think it's a good idea to buy Tesla at 196, where it is, and 200 is sitting at 200 right now. I think it's a good price. It may even fall a little more. But a year, 2 years from now, you're going to be saying, God damn it. Just like what's about to happen with Bitcoin. We all going to sit here and watch Bitcoin, right? We're going to sit here and watch it go from 27,000 to 40,000 in the month or so. Watch, and we're just going to sit here and watch it. But I digress. That's our IOD squad. What we finna talk about, Tyler?
Not initially. We're gonna give our let's talk our last thoughts about UVA. X wasn't in here, so we'll let X talk first. Kyle was in the Discord,
in the chat,
But I don't know if he wants to touch on that again. But X, just give us your final thoughts on the game, man. I know the fans be eagerly waiting to hear you talk about your boy.
I think I'm gonna give from the players' perspective. I'm gonna give from the coach's perspective. I think defensively, I start defensively, man. I think, man, Gilgy called a good game. But again, the defense cannot be on the field 80 plays. That's just not good for the defense. That's not good at all. So you see everybody like, well, they gave up some passing yards. I mean, again, they was force feeding their receiver. He was getting open and catching the ball. They didn't run the ball that good, but 80 plays against any team is bad. Offensively, man, it looks like Dawson is trying his best to help Tyler out as far as his play calling, but Tyler just isn't catching on. I think the only solution right now is just let him go up tempo. That's the only way he seems to play good when he's up tempo. So that Virginia game, one thing it showed me that the team is tough. You know what I'm saying? They pulled it out. In the previous years, this is a game that we lose. I'm saying it's a game you lose, and you just say, we lost this game to this team. They sorry, but the previous years showed that this is a game we can't win. But this year, man, the team tough. They pulled it out. The freshmen, the local homegrown kids, Mark Fletcher, Ruben Bain, Regardless, James Williams, Cam, those local kids, they don't want to lose, man. The guys went out and gave it their all. So, I mean, it wasn't a great game, but we won, man. That's the important thing. Just get better after that.
Absolutely. Kyle, you got anything to add, or we can push?
And it's who you want to get better. Anyway, go ahead. Let me not go there.
All right. So, we won the game.
Some last thoughts on VA.
Go ahead, Street.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I don't get to watch the game on TV like y'all. I get to watch it with the commentator talking, man. And when I do go watch it, the commentators are killing Tyler. Like it's almost like they're when he does something wrong, they say it. And I don't know if I've seen that often. You know what I'm saying? But they're killing him in his decision making sometimes. And watching it from the television standpoint, it's a different experience from when we're there and we're watching it. And we're watching it on from the field. You know what I'm saying? Because we can see what's going on when there's timeouts and stuff like that. VA quarterback was really, really good. I spoke with some people from Miami, and they felt the same way. He was really, really good. That one mistake, crucial mistake he made was throwing the ball to Cam for the pick six.
Is he really good, or does every quarterback looks good against Miami for some odd reason?
I think he got himself out of a lot of trouble a lot of times really fast. Like it was going bad for him a few times with Bain. And he noticed it, threw the ball away. Like he didn't even try to hold on to the play. He got out of there, you know what I'm saying, threw the ball away. He kept them in that game. I don't think this defense makes quarterbacks look good, dog. I don't think this is not that defense. Or the pass.
Nah, yeah, it's not the defense. I'm just saying, is he good, or does it just seems like every team we play, man, they get up for Miami, man. They gonna give their best. It looks like those guys on draft day, when they get drafted, they show the highlight, and it's 50% going against Miami. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he was. He was decent, but I ain't gonna say he's good. Yeah, he had some moments where he said, "Oh yeah, he got it," and then he like, "Oh yeah, he's just another quarterback out there just playing ball."
And when they put them stats up next to Tyler at halftime, that shit looked crazy.
I mean, Tyler had a bad game.
That looked crazy. That looked crazy. I think he had like 11. Tyler had like 11 yards or something like that. It looked crazy, dog.
Yeah, he had a bad game.
But all in all, man, I think what I can respect about this team is them figuring out a way to win, and that's part of a journey.
I agree.
That's part of the journey when you can win different ways, different people. Freshmen winning games is going to pay off a year from now, 2 years from now. So now, I think good win. I mean, these overtime games starting to kill me, but at least we're coming out of here with dubs.
Yeah, you get the dubs. It's something. Like I say, the team they toughing it out, man. You don't have these wins last year. You don't have these wins the previous years. You know what I'm saying? You see a team fighting all 4 quarters, and then going to overtime and still fighting. You know, they could have easily gave up. Like, man, yeah, here we go again. When they went up 10s up, you know what I'm saying? In the first half, we like, oh, here we go. Yeah. And then they fought back, got back into the game, and then it's a ball game. So, it's just things that you didn't see previously, man. You could say the coaching change is definitely there. It's not like the loser mentality, like, oh yeah, well, we down, let's just finish the game out and go home and party.
Yep. So with that being said, man, we moving on. Unless Rich, you got anything to add?
No, we got the W. It's time to move on. NC State.
I'm going to talk about the ACC schedule. Get the panel's thoughts on that. For those who are,
I hate it already. I hate it.
We'll talk about it. Let me bring it up right here.
It's crap. We got to go out to California, play Cal. Whoop-de-doo. Who cares? We don't play North Carolina. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I still would like to play Carolina. It don't look like we play Virginia Tech. It's trash.
We do play Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech and Florida State.
Virginia Tech this year?
Yeah, Virginia Tech and Florida State are now our rivals. I was talking to Street earlier about this. When the ACC first released its schedule, before we took SMU, Cal, and Stanford, they had us with Florida State and Boston College as our permanent rivals. The people will play every year in and year out. I thought that was ridiculous because we are not rivals with Boston College, so I didn't really understand that concept. But when they updated it and changed it, they actually made it so that we will now play Virginia Tech every year. So Florida State and Virginia Tech will play each year in and year out. That will be our quote-unquote rival, which I feel like was a way better. But for next year, for those, like I said, living under a rock, got FAMU at home, Ball State at home, FSU at home, Virginia Tech, Duke, and Wake Forest at home. Pretty solid home schedule. Not the greatest games, but, I mean, it is what it is. Then for away, we got Florida, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be a neutral site, USF on the road. So that'll be at Raymond James Stadium where the Bucks play. Cal.
That Florida game is in Gainesville because it's a home and home. We got them.
Oh, is it?
We go up there this year. I mean, 24, and then they come down to us 25.
Okay. Regardless, we kicking them to sleep. Cal on the road, which is crazy to me. We got to go to upstate New York and California, Northern California, twice in a year, or each of those places in a year, which is insane to me, but it is what it is. It'll be a good trip for the guys. Georgia Tech on the road and Louisville on the road. So it's pretty obvious to me. This road schedule is not going to do us no favors. So we definitely got to be able to defend home field advantage. One of the positives I did see is that we will play, I don't recognize it as the Big Four. UCF does, but we will play the quote-unquote Big Four with Florida State, FSU, as well as Florida State, Florida, and South Florida. So, oh no, UCF will be considered the Big Four, right?
Yeah. I was about to say UCF, South Florida.
South Florida is not in there. I apologize. So the schedule, in my opinion, is kind of weak, but it's way too early to say that because we say that year in and year out, and then these schedules start looking a lot different. I'll give you a perfect example. People said that Georgia's schedule was an absolute cakewalk, and now they're talking about how strong it is on the back end because nobody expecting Missouri to be good. They expect LSU to be good. You know what I'm saying? So it's too early to tell these things. You just got to kind of wait and see and win the game you're supposed to. So that's it.
I mean, looking at the schedule, you got Florida State, you got Florida, you got Louisville. Who else? Go back to the away. Go back to the away part. Then you got Louisville, Florida State. Georgia Tech is going to keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. I mean, South Florida, I think they suck. Syracuse, who knows, man? They coach, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the best coaches in college football. He's just not getting the talent level. Thought he should have left that a long time ago.
I don't think Deion's going to be there next year. I think he's 0-4 in the ACC play.
So, Barbara, you don't think so?
Yeah, Dino Babers, yeah, I think he's gone.
I mean, who Syracuse going to get, man? He might have Manny Diaz.
He not. Unless, Manny Diaz want to take that job. I don't.
That
it has to be very high profile. It would be, but, he's over at Penn State in close proximity. So it would have to be somebody that's high profile enough to replace Dino, because Dino's doing as good of a job as anybody with where they are, all the way up there. It snows all the time. You're practicing indoors. He's doing a heck of a job with all of the circumstances or barriers that exist to recruiting, as well as having the kid wanting to stay at Syracuse.
Hey man, let me give you a little story. Because I committed to Syracuse. That's my school originally. So, and
for football or basketball?
No, listen. One of the reasons why I committed was because the stadium was the basketball gym. I mean, the basketball arena and the football stadium. When I went there, and I was like, I'm gonna be able to play football and basketball. It was just amazing because I'd never seen that before. I was like, that's crazy.
Your video is freezing up. You have to say that part again.
My video's freezing up. It's still going freezing up still.
No, you should
good now. You're good now.
Just get your thought off again.
Yeah, no, I was just saying because one of the reasons why I committed to Syracuse was because I was going to be able to play football and basketball in that one place. It was amazing because I'd never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, the basketball arena right behind the football field. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be crazy.
I live 50 miles south of Canada, so it depends on when the date is because I'm supposed to be leaving about this time next year. But I might fly over. I got family in New York and Brooklyn, so I might. It's just 4.5 hours away from Brooklyn to the Carrier Dome because that's upstate New York. That's basically South Canada. So
yeah, that's upstate. Yeah,
I'm kind of trying to figure out if I want to make that drive or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's still on the fence. But if I do go to a game, it might be that one. So
yeah.
Street, you got any thoughts about the schedule?
I thought we were gonna get some of SMU.
I swear we were too.
I figured they would have clashed that because last year alone, you know what I'm saying? Instead of handing us who they handed us, Wake Forest.
Nah, they give us Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Wake Forest too, and they gave us Cal.
Yeah, they gave us Wake Forest too.
Those two teams we don't want to play.
I think we get SMU in 2024.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask you. Are these the teams we got to play every year, or would it like rotate?
No, it's gonna rotate.
2025 we get SMU the next year.
Yeah. So hold on, I'll show.
I mean, your players will be gone by then. So it'll be like why we play SMU back. They ain't gonna have no more young players.
They put it out all the way till 2030. So we'll have 25. We'll have Syracuse at home, Louisville, North Carolina State, and Stanford. Not gonna lie to you, those are some terrible games. That is not a good look for the conference at all. At least from Miami, from a conference standpoint.
What?
That 2025 home schedule is terrible. I feel like the only respectable team on there might be Louisville, if they still like that. And then Florida State, Pittsburgh, SMU, and Virginia Tech on the road. 2026, Boston College at home, Florida State, Pittsburgh, and Virginia Tech. And then Clemson, North Carolina, Stanford, and Wake Forest. I think 26 is going to be a good season. I think that's the year Manny's trying to make, or not Manny, Mario's going to try to be. Well, so 2025, they want us to be championship caliber roster, making noise. So.
Well, listen, I just think we're going to go ahead and play 24, 25. 26 season is going to get tricky because that's when UM and Clemson and Florida State and all the other teams trying to get out of that conference. So,
you think so?
I'm not even looking forward. Yeah, I'm not even looking forward to anything 26 at the ACC.
Yeah.
23, 24, 25 will be our last year playing with them.
What's the path to get out? Shit, I don't see any daylight there.
For Miami really don't want to pay that big fee to just jump out right now. They got a whole lot going on. So each year that fee drops down major.
Yeah.
So just imagine you say we play these 3 years and take them 3 years off, by 26 come. I think the contract was like $300 million we had to pay to get off, so it won't be nowhere near that. It'll probably be like maybe around 120, and maybe probably less.
Mm-hmm. So you think you would think that the ACC is a dying conference, X?
Yeah, it's there. The only way the ACC comes back alive is if Notre Dame jumps in. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I can see them going to the Big Ten, but I don't. With that NBC TV deal, they have no reason to join any conference because that's an exclusive right. You know what I'm saying? So
Notre Dame holds the leverage to all of it. They don't want to join no conference. They don't want nobody to share their TV money.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think, like I said a while ago, I said, man, the one thing Miami did that was wrong was join the conference to begin with. They should have stayed independent. It could have been a TV deal with them and Notre Dame all together. But by them joining the conference, not Notre Dame saying, shoot, we don't want y'all.
Yeah. A couple of months ago, shout out to Manny Navarro. He actually did a story about it, and he talked about like how late 90s when the U was looking for an exit out of the SEC, out of the Big East, the SEC came calling, but something fell through. So we was almost an SEC team.
Yeah, the Gators, they didn't want no parts of that, us joining that conference.
Yeah.
They blocked it.
Sure.
When you say it's dead, what do you mean by it's dead?
Okay, so right now you have the SEC, which is pretty much the top tier one conference, from what they say. Then you have the Big Ten. The Big Ten that's the big money conference. That's where all the money gonna be at once the TV deals drop. Then you have the the Big 12. You have that conference. The ACC just doesn't fall in line. It's like the ACC is. Clemson already said they want it. They leave. So now you just have Florida State, Miami. Those are the only Florida State, Miami, North Carolina. The only 3 teams that draws an attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is like super, super weak. It would be different if everything was like, okay, well, everything kind of leveled out. None of them other teams draw attraction at all.
Yeah, I would say
football-wise.
I would say it's very interesting to see. Yeah, I can't remember any year that we had this many primetime games, especially being unranked. I think it's so funny that now that Clemson, Florida State pretty much was basically like, "Hey, y'all coming with us, right?" And then everybody was like, "No, fumbling the bag. We wasn't gonna leave yet." They kind of jacked it up, but it seems like now they're trying to make us seem like the darling of the conference. Like, do y'all feel the same? Because it feels like Miami seem to get all these primetime games now, and I'm trying to figure out why. Like, we're not ranked. We're not the.
Because I think Miami's gonna stay. That's why. I think so.
So
Miami State, Clemson, Florida State leave. That's a fucking issue.
You think we playing on prime time because you think Miami going to stay?
Yeah, I think they're trying to make this the dog.
Towards staying. As of right now,
they Miami gonna get out. They gonna get out. It's just since they being private, they not publicly coming out saying, yeah, we want out. You know what I'm saying? They just playing their cards right.
You want them to want out in your heart.
Yeah.
You want them to want out.
That media deal is wicked, man. Like, I think it's like 2035, 2036. Like, it's not doing us no favors.
Just, look, even if it was a better TV deal, it's just you want out that conference. That conference does nothing at all for Miami. You know? Look at the games, the ACC, how the ACC refs call our games. It's just we got to get out. It does nothing for Miami at all. I think the only reason why they
North Carolina.
Say what?
If we're gonna talk about the good, we gotta talk. We're gonna talk about the bad. We gotta talk about shit. They was on our side in North Carolina.
He called some bad ones on both teams that game.
Still a loss.
Yeah, still a loss. So I think the ACC benefits you on basketball team. So that's why you kind of say, oh, well, they might stay because the ACC benefits the basketball team. But then, like football and every other sport, it's nothing.
I think
so
2 weeks.
Tell me this real fast, Minnie. Miami becomes really good, right? If we become good, 11-1 type team, 10-2 type team, what kind of draw is Miami? Like what does that do to the ACC?
It depends because if Clemson and North Carolina leave, that's all the leverage because that's the perennial teams that are going to get that love. Like, yeah, we're the best team in the ACC. That's like being the best team in the damn Pac-12 this year. Like, it doesn't do anything for you. It's like being the best team in the Big East.
But not really, because Texas A&M bring their ass in here, right, and they get beat. Florida gonna play us in Gainesville. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it gets shown from time to time again that if you're not Georgia or Alabama in the SEC, you could get beat. Florida State beat the shit out of LSU on prime time.
Yeah, and they probably gonna go right to the SEC and strengthen their conference.
No, but what I'm saying is it's smoke and mirrors when we start talking about who has the strongest conference and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, as money start making a difference, SMU may come up. You know what I'm saying? Texas is going to be strong as shit, right? And I think it's going to help Miami. I think it's going to help Florida State. But all I'm saying is how strong is a Miami? Like when Miami's really good, does the nation want to see Miami play prime time? Like how big of a draw is it? You know what I'm saying?
Miami wants to see Miami play prime time, and everybody wants to see us lose.
Yeah, Miami is we the ticket, no matter if we good or bad. Because if we lose, if we play a game and we lose, guess what? The whole nation is talking about it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not if Alabama lose, ain't nobody really talking about it. So if Georgia lose, nobody really talking about it.
Clemson losing, nobody cares if Clemson losing.
Yeah, nobody cares if Clemson losing. You know what I'm saying? Like
they care about.
You look at what Miami's doing, and then you look at Deion Sanders at Colorado. When Colorado loses, that's what everybody want to say something about Colorado.
Right.
Miami,
when I think
Miami
of
lose.
Georgia and I think of Alabama, I think of really good teams that's been good for a long time. Ohio State. I don't think of them as teams that everybody want to watch. Like if Oregon ever got to that point where they were really good. You know what I'm saying? I think they could have took over college football with their brand. Hell yeah!
If they got to a point where they were winning,
if they got to a point
they won some national championships,
they was winning with Chip Kelly.
They didn't win no national championship though. That was their biggest.
Nobody didn't care about them like that.
I'm saying if they were to get to Georgia or Alabama, if they could win 2 national championships with what they were doing with the branding. Like if Colorado get to the top of college football, it's going to be scary. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be because the branding to go with. I don't know if Alabama them brand is big enough. I think it services a niche
Alabama is that's just the brand in the state itself. Like nobody outside of Bama saying, "Let me go buy some Bama gear" or stuff like that.
They don't cross over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't see. I don't see them coming out with no Bama colored Nikes or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Colorado colored Nikes. Like they Deion got his shoes with his team, the Nikes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, yeah, they ain't doing that at Bama. They ain't doing it at Georgia. They doing that team that they can brand because them team look. More.
God forbid, don't let Colorado get there before.
When they say that's the Bible.
I hope we get there at the same time because that shit gonna look like a rap video or something if they get there first.
I think, but you also got to consider too, like we're not giving enough credit to the coaches, right? Because if Deion, let's say Shador leave next season, and Deion get offered by the Falcons, that Colorado shit right back dead to where it was. Like
it is.
Same thing with Saban. If Saban leaves, yeah, you have to go hire a high profile coach like a Dabo Swinney and hope that he can even like remotely replicate what Nick Saban, and those are huge shoes to fill. He's arguably, one of the greatest coaches in college football history, right? So you got to understand too, the coaches make the place too. So it's not necessarily, just.
But it's a lot easier at Bama though, because it's already a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? So all they need is somebody who's capable of just keeping it going. Look at what Kirby did at Georgia. Georgia was already a well-oiled machine. They just couldn't get over the hump. Kirby comes in and they continue recruiting good. They got better on the field. They start winning. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically all you need for those type of programs. Like you say, Colorado, even if they was to be good 1 year, it's going to take them like 10 plus years for them to actually get to a level like that. Because they don't have that turnaround.
Get to what level?
Like Alabama, Georgia, you know what I'm saying, type, Ohio State type level.
Like, being a dynasty.
Yeah, they just don't have that type of turnaround with players to do it.
And the other part we're not considering is NIL because that changes the game for everything. I think like
I don't know, dog. If Colorado was to get to a national championship game,
just get there, not win.
If they were just get there, right? I think what they do with branding is going to change college football. And you saw it. The first couple of weeks, Deion Sanders owned social media. Owned it. You know what I'm saying? You could not get it off the screen. People were texting me within our company saying, "Damn, Street, we can't post nothing else but Deion." Like everybody else posting this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's because of the branding. Now by now, will schools catch on? I don't know, but it's I'm saying because of the branding, dog. A song could be a shitty song if Khaled plays it 10 times within 30 minutes. We sing it.
Yep, that's how radio play works.
We sing it. I woke up in my Bugatti. He played it for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. With a bunch of explosions
at that point, you don't know if it's good or bad.
Spin back and all that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he ever got that far, could you imagine his son recording him national championship week, walking around fucking?
Over with.
Yeah, dog. It's gonna be. It will be a lot. It'll be a lot, and I think Oregon could pull something like that off because Nike would get all involved if they would ever got that. They went to national championship before, though, right? They just didn't win them.
Yeah, I think they went twice. And they got beat both times.
Right.
I think I think they got close. I don't think they ever went to the national. I think they went.
Yeah, they went to the national championship. Remember when they blew Florida State out that 1 year, when the first year of the playoffs, they blew Florida State out and they lost
to Auburn. Was it Auburn they lost to?
Somebody. I forget who they lost to, but they lost
to Auburn. Cam Newton, right?
Yeah, they lost to Cam Newton, and then they went again. They went with Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly lost. I think he lost to Oklahoma or Ohio State. I think.
Oh, that must have been the Zeke Elliott team.
Yeah, the Zeke Elliott.
That must have been 13.
Yeah, the Zeke Elliott.
Or 14.
Somebody just said, "How much branding can you do if you lose it?" We just saw a motherfucker hype up a program that had 2 double-digit winning seasons in the last 20 years, bro. We saw a motherfucker hype up a program who had won 1 game a year before. You tell me how much branding you could do if you were losing.
I see somebody talk about Alabama gonna hire Deion Sanders when Nick Saban leave. I said, that is never gonna happen. Y'all get
there's no way them people put their money behind a black head coach. There's zero chance that happens.
I'm with Mehdi. I don't think he's gonna be around long. I think when Shador them out
he's going to the NFL. He's going to the NFL.
I think that feeling gonna leave.
He's going to the NFL.
That's why I said the coaches is important as the brand sometimes. Like Miami, I feel like is transcended because we didn't have to be built off of that. We just had a fantastic recruiting base and we can plug and play coaches and they were successful, right? Over a myriad of decades. Whereas you got to have someone like Deion come in and kind of set that culture if they want to be transcendent. I don't know if Alabama does that if they leave. The only 2 coaches people talk about from Alabama is Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. You know what I'm saying? If Kirby leaves Georgia tomorrow, is Georgia still, you know what I'm saying? Like to the way that we see them now. And that's why I think it's important to talk about the coaches because the coaches sometimes matter equally, if not more than the brand, depending on where the school is and what their history is. So we know Dennis Erickson, we know Jimmy Johnson because of the U, not the other way around. Like we didn't know Jimmy Johnson at Oklahoma State. We knew he was an up and coming guy. Like, okay, cool. But the U is what made them who they were. And then Jimmy Johnson went to the NFL. He made a lot of people Cowboys fans because it was transcended. It went through multiple different type of arenas. Same thing, Dennis Erickson. You know what I'm saying? It's just the coach we've hired. We thought that formula was sustainable. We could just keep plugging and playing, but it got to a point where continuity became very important. And so you had to keep winning consistently. When coaches started losing, notice they don't have that transcendence, right? Like we don't talk about Randy Shannon. We don't talk about Larry Coker. We don't talk about because those guys came kind of on the back end and mostly a losing culture. We don't talk about Al Golden. We don't talk about Manny Diaz, except what he's doing at Penn State. So it's one of them things where we got to be aware as well that transcendence, it goes hand in hand. The brand plus the coach, they kind of got a mesh to become transcendent.
Shouts out to Dennis Erickson, man. They finally put him in the ring of honor at Miami. That was the dumbest thing for taking so long for him. How you not put the one coach who won 2 national championships in the ring of honor? Like,
probably because that whole ass AD that was there at the time.
Probably. But took him forever. I think who else got in there? Russell Maryland, Brian McKinney.
Jimmy Johnson was already in there. Oh, he was just honorary. He was just honorary coach that day.
Yeah.
That's why he was there. But yep, let's move on, man. We're not talking about that. Talk about everybody's everybody's favorite subject. Y'all heard me say it. It's Tyler Van Vember, baby. Hashtag Tyler Van Vember. Make sure y'all spam that up on Twitter. So I hear a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, people in the comments saying like, man, we need to go ahead and bench Tyler, put your Curry in. And man, I've had the last couple of days to really reflect on this. And I kind of talked to Streeter about it and a couple other people close to the program because and it's not a breaking news, not breaking news. Like Tyler Van Dyke is going to continue being the starter. So I kind of sat back and thought about what do I get by continuing to criticize Tyler? And then I thought about this. We are in an era now where there is no more room for you to even consider like what Nick Saban did with that Tua and Jalen Hurts situation. You may never see that again because we are in the era of big money, salary-based college football. And whether you like it or not, if you pay a guy money, he is more likely going to stay there, right? And so no matter how much you kick and scream as a fan and say, oh man, this dude sucks. we need to bench him. Like, if we've paid top dollar for that guy, you can best believe there's an absolute investor, booster, NIL enthusiast, I don't know, someone who put a lot of money behind that product to make sure that that product is seen and feel good, bad, or ugly. And so I just simply looked at it like this, because people think I'm trolling and I'm not. I look at it like he had a bad October. He has a chance to resurrect himself. And it's Tyler Van Vember. You know what I'm saying? This weekend, the first games in November, an important 4-game stretch. Can't take any team lightly, especially that team up in Leon County on the 11th of November. And you get opportunity to reset the narrative, right? You heard me kick the show off saying, like, you know, Tyler stock, right? Tyler stock down right now. So you want to buy that stock on Tyler right now. And hope that you get an investment in November and December timeframe as he prepares for the NFL draft. Because if he don't, good, bad, or ugly, he probably ain't gonna be here next year. So take it for what it is. And
somebody say
is that true? Ain't no way. He ain't said that. That's cap.
And this cap too, man. Street will never fall asleep. Well, I don't sleep, boy. I sleep with my eyes open, boy.
Yeah, I think you know, he has 4 games to kind of patch it up from what he did in October. He starts it off this weekend against North Carolina State, which is the one game that we thought this was the going to be a Heisman winner when he went out there and did that against North Carolina State 2 years ago. So let's hope we see that Tyler again. If we do, then it's a good game. We pretty much gonna beat them. I've been watching some little film on them. I got a homeboy who on the coaching staff. He said, yeah, they ready. Said they coming this weekend, so see what we do.
I would say this. I think there's an opportunity here. Like, this is the same team that he went out and proved a lot of people wrong. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got X on the path to believing in him. When he came out and said, like, we beat them people last year, we're gonna beat them again.
You didn't remember that?
Who, them? I'm sure they do. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. It was a different time back then. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that boy Kyle funny as hell. You say you're not gonna sell me crack and tell me his ass. Look, at the end of the day, man, like, I feel like there's an opportunity for him to blossom, to snap out of whatever the hell it is. Some people feel the same way. Look, someone said this. Y'all watch TVD come out and throw 3 touchdowns, 325 this Saturday. He can. And that's the weird part. I don't know. Look, this will have to be some case study a couple years from now when NIL gets really set in stone and more rules things get put into place. There got to be some type of financial, like, setbacks or mental setbacks that these financial situations are causing. And I think they're gonna have to actually have, like, some type of case study or, like, psychoanalysis. Like, if a person gets paid a certain amount, because we see in the NFL all the time, right? Like, we saw Joe Burrow got paid. Joe Burrow up until last game was terrible. You see Jamar Chase not getting paid, and Jamar Chase don't do nothing but talk shit about how terrible Joe Burrow is, right? And how he should be getting paid and not Joe Burrow, right? That's just the dynamic of it, right? Sometimes you throw a lot of money at these guys, and for a lot of them, they don't understand how to operate with those expectations. That money comes with expectations, right? Same thing with Tyler, and I think for him, maybe perhaps he was trying to, reel it in and settle up the road, and kind of like looked at it like, oh, well, I ain't got much else to gain from being here. So, I might as well just take it for what it is. And if I
think they need to come up with something. I know for you, this just is something I think we need, like psychologists around the program or therapists.
They do.
I think it's something. It's something within his head that seems it's not clicking. It's not clicking.
They have one. Emery talked about it. He talked about how that game. He talked about when he had that game against Clemson, how he sat and talked with the therapist. Tyler talked about it last year. They have one on staff. Most college staffs have one.
They might need to let that person go because they're not doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta accept it. But Mehdi, I think we go straight to the money, right? In which I think the money has changed college football forever. But it could be anything, bro. It could be anything. With money becomes freedom, and with freedom you get leechers, and you get it could be anything, though. It could be that girl that fucking, I don't know, swallowed and kept it in her mouth and put it in the tube, and now she's pregnant. At least saying she's pregnant from you. It could be a lot of stuff, dog. You got drunk one night and went home with a fine chick, turned out to be a man. Now she blackmailing you. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lot of stuff, dog.
No shot to Dwight Howard, man.
Pause.
No, but it could be a lot of stuff that they're going through. We go directly to the money. But they deal with a lot of issues, bro. Chicks saying they love you and you love them, and she's the most gorgeous chick you ever dealt with. Now she's pregnant, and now she don't want to have an abortion, and that wasn't the deal. And you gotta go play a game Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
It's a myriad of things.
Right. And if she's not saying pay for my abortion, she's saying I need $20,000. All of a sudden, the chick who liked you for the last 2 months, it's just like, I need $20,000. Don't text me.
Mm-hmm.
That's pressure, dog.
It is.
And who they go talk to? Who they gonna go tell that to? Ex. Who they gonna go talk to?
I don't know, man. I know when I was having those type of issues, man, I go to the strip club and talk to the stripper. That's when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, these guys different, man.
What the strippers tell you, dog? The strippers get good advice.
Baby, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, baby. That's all I need to do.
Baby, it's gonna be okay. Put the titty in your mouth, baby.
Yeah, they go ahead. It's gonna be okay, baby. And next thing you know, you hear them booty cheeks clap, clap, and everything's good again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you know what? You're right. But no, it's definitely one of
they got family members. These coaches,
say that again.
They got all these coaches, these coaching assistants. I said they got these coaching assistants on the team. They got people to talk to. You know what I'm saying? They got people to talk to. I don't know, are they talking to them? But they definitely got people to talk to.
Yeah. So man, no, it could be a lot of things, man. But with Tyler, dog, I ask y'all this. Been a weird season the way they've been called. The jury's still out on Dawson. Has Tyler, give me yes or no answers. Has Tyler done enough wrong to lose his job? Yes or no, Mehdi?
Yes, but he won't.
What? Yes or no? I mean, Rich.
Oh, it's a yes, absolutely.
Yes,
but
yes or no?
He won't.
No, he hasn't done enough to lose his job.
Oh, and I agree with X. I don't think, and it's worse in person, bro. If you at the game in person, it's worse because you could hear the boos.
Okay.
You could see that it's a bad brand of football, like sometimes with dog, and then he'll come out and foul Restrepo for 15 yards, and it's just like up and down, like. But I don't think he's done enough to lose his job because it's almost like having a wild card at quarterback. Like he could throw you in the game, he could throw you out of the game.
Okay, so yeah, between you and X, explain to me why he hasn't done enough to lose his job. Like, explain to me what he would need to do for him to absolutely be like, all right, Tyler got to get off the field.
Middle Tennessee, whatever, Duke or Middle Tennessee, where he looked incapable.
Both. I don't think he played. Did he play the Duke game? I don't know.
He did. I was at that game. He started it, and then he said he was hurt again, and then that's when Jake came in. Jake brought him back, But then at the end, it was just the defense wasn't doing anything to help them.
I think on paper, man, you got to think on paper. He's been right on May ass the whole season, like stats wise, right? Interceptions. He's not the worst in the ACC in interceptions. It's just we don't like how he plays football.
But what I'm asking, what I'm asking y'all is, what does he have to do?
My answer is the team have to completely give up on him for him to lose his job.
Describe team. You talking about coaches or his teammates?
Talk about the coaches and his teammates.
I don't see that
coaches
happening.
And his teammates. And
the teammates, I can see it. The coaches, I don't see it happening.
I don't think the teammates giving up on him.
I don't think they have a choice, and they know they don't have a choice.
See, E1's statement right here. This is true right here. Supposed to be 7-1 with all the bad interceptions. we do with all the goofy interceptions.
It's because of all the weapons we have outside of TVD. It's because of the offensive production that we have outside of TVD.
I mean, but okay, so Rich, look at the A&M game. Nobody was complaining about all the weapons we had. We were like, well, we balling. Kobe George balling, Strepo balling, and then Young balling, and we didn't care about nothing else was going on. Now that we've lost 2 games, now it's we got other players they could throw the ball to.
I'm glad you brought that up. Since that game, when have we looked like that again?
Since A&M game, when have we looked like that again?
Temple.
I mean, Carolina, we looked pretty. We didn't look bad. Carolina game was just we gave up 21 points in the third quarter. We just couldn't counter that.
Did we give up as many turnovers as we did? Have we?
No.
After the A&M game, because the A&M game, did we have any turnovers?
Yeah, we muffed the punt, and I think we fumbled the ball.
No interception. Maybe one interception, right?
First half of UNC game, we looked good. Is that true?
Yeah, we looked good at UNC. Like I'm saying, UNC game, the whole game outside of the third quarter, defensively, we looked good. But
the point I'm making in saying that is like some of our, like a lot of those stats is coming from stuff we did already those first 4 games, and it's carrying over into the rest of the year. But at the end of the day, here's the real deal. We got 2 losses. Our destiny is not in our own hands. So if you say to me, I'm okay with going 8-4, then I'm fine with having Tyler. I mean, we don't need to have a discussion. I mean, it is what it is. We'll take those losses, and then next year, when he's, Mr. Irrelevant, in the NFL draft, literally.
Brock Purdy.
We'll go ahead and get the quarterback that we need and continue to do our thing and go chase championships then. So that's fine.
Rich.
I'm cool with it.
31 for 48, 391 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That was against who?
A&M.
Nope.
That's against Carolina.
Carolina?
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. You can have it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me be.
Hold on, we just put Kyle in. I want to hear Kyle take on this because I'm trying to sell him crack and tell him it's aspirin. Kyle, what you got?
Yeah, that crack ain't no good. You was selling me. I was done for the night, but y'all starting to piss me off. Like, bro, like Rich is 100% right, bro. Y'all act like this man didn't play bad in the North Carolina game. That's what we're gonna sit here and say because we're gonna look at stats. And act like this man was. What are we saying?
First, Cal, yes or no? Has he done enough?
What was the question?
Has he done enough to lose his job?
Yes. Next question.
Okay.
Yes, next question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm saying ain't no follow up to that.
I got follow. I got follow.
This man is about one more game. If he plays one more game the same way he been playing, this man about to hit double-digit interceptions in the 4-game stretch, bro. Like seriously, bro. I don't understand. In a 4-game stretch, bro. How do you go from number 2 in the country in PFF and quarterback, QBR, and all that stuff, and all of a sudden, bro, you out of the top 10 just like that? It's because you averaging about 2.5 interceptions a game. I don't know where the 0.5 come from, but I'm calling it 2.5 interceptions a game, bro. Over like a 3
interception
like, bro, come on, man.
In the UVA game. That's the 0.5.
Exactly. How many did they drop in shit? Who was it? Was it North Carolina that dropped a couple interceptions as well?
Hey, he's still in the top 10. He's still in top 10 for the PFLs. So
is he? But that's bro. That's how that. But think about it. That's the difference that you was doing from the first 4 games, bro. Them first 4 games held you up that high to where you can play like this your last 3 or 4 games and still be in the top 10, bro. That is an enigma inside of another enigma, bro. That makes no sense at all. But you can't. It's a thing like somebody said it in the chat. You can play bad. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to play bad or not play well, but it's a problem when you start turning the ball over. I don't care what position you play, what coach you have. Every coach goes crazy when they talk about lack of ball security, right? If a running back fumbles one time, he's going to the bench.
Right, he gone. I was about to say that. What if we have a running back fumble 2.5 times a game?
Running backs are very interchangeable, very easy. Quarterbacks, it ain't just that easy to say, well, let's put somebody else in.
But the outcome is still the same, though. We're not talking about who's more valuable.
The outcome not the same. We're talking about quarterback.
If Parrish,
the one position.
Think about this. If Parrish fumbles at the goal line when he posts a score, and TVD throws an interception, and they walk it in for a damn pick 6. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. I don't care.
Oh, he's saying that outcome, but I'm saying quarterback and running back ain't the same position, right?
It's not the same position.
It's not the same.
But if they can't hold on,
it's not the same. But it's
the ball. Go ahead.
It's not the same position, but it's not ball security. The number one thing that you talk about for any team, any program, no matter what. You talk about ball security, and you have a guy giving the other team the ball twice a game,
right.
Bro.
Right.
Twice a game. You can't survive like that.
Not TVD. He had some bad games. He's been playing bad, but again, he didn't do enough to lose his job. Y'all saying it just because.
I disagree, dog.
So who's going to play above him?
Who's going to play somebody that's not going to throw 2 interceptions a game? Somebody that's not going to throw 2 interceptions a game, X.
The one name I keep calling ain't ready. And then we've seen Emory. So, like, come on.
I've been meaning to ask you, X. Like,
wait, hold on. He's not ready to do what? What is he not ready to do? Throw screens?
I hear a lot of people saying that.
He's not ready to throw screens? Not throw the ball to X? Like, what is he not ready to do?
And you got to turn your mic up, Eddie.
Oh, turn it up.
Yeah,
is that better?
Bro, we not asking the man for much, though. That's the thing. We're not asking TVD for much. So for you to be our big time QB and all this kind of stuff, bro, we asking for the bare minimum. We're getting to the point where somebody has to go in at halftime and tell you to start throwing to the check downs. Like this man is giving you check downs because you can't see down the field, bro. We got to move on from that.
It looks like he's got the bare minimum.
The bare minimum is not throwing the ball to the other team.
I got a question, though, dog. How does, like I said before, how does Virginia get Musket ready? The kid that committed to Monument. How did they get him ready to come in here and play against our number 1 defense, right? And kick our ass for 3 quarters and take us to overtime. But we got a motherfucker on the bench who was recruited by everybody.
4-star.
Oh, yeah. Courage.
And we can't get him ready. And we're saying he's not ready to. We can't get him ready to. Like, we finna go play NC State, and we don't even know who their quarterback is. And they're preparing to kick our ass, right?
Yes, they are.
How do they get their quarterback ready, right?
And we can't get ours ready.
Defense, which may be the best defense in the ACC, and we're saying Ja'Cory Brown is incapable of playing 4 quarters.
That don't sound like a player problem to me. That sounds like a coach problem.
Is my philosophy? What's what I'm saying wrong? Or
no,
like
no,
you're right.
So you saying that's a coaching problem? So
yes.
I mean, Coach Dawson.
I'm saying it's almost like
Dawson
when you
got a quarterback that's about to start this
when
week.
you got to do something,
In the
you
NFL.
do it.
Yeah, Coach Dawson got a quarterback that's about to start in the NFL this week.
Huh?
You talking about Clayton Tune?
It don't matter.
He about to start in the NFL this week. I mean, Coach Dawson coached Geno Smith. He coached some quarterbacks that did good. I mean, I'm saying it's his problem that
I don't care about none of that.
Corey not ready.
I don't care about none of that resume shit.
What
I'm saying is how it's perspective and it's how you're looking at the situation.
So do you ask that kid why isn't he ready, or do you say
because he's ready? He is ready.
He's saying he's ready because he's saying ready.
It's a luxury that they have.
But X, what I'm asking
is, happen to have a TVD that they can hang their hat on, right? And Virginia doesn't.
Yeah, I'm asking what makes Ja'Cory not ready. And I don't want to hear about spring game and what he did last season. I'm talking about what have you seen that because a lot of people keep saying that, not just you. A lot of people keep saying it, and I've always said that. I know he's not going to play, but I've consistently asked this, and I don't get an answer, right? Like everybody's like, oh yeah, he's not ready. Even Dawson today was kind of alluding to, oh, we made a plan to get him, and he's an emergency quarterback. Okay, so what? Once again, like we asked, like what does he have to do what does Tyler have to do to get pulled out? What does Ja'Cory have to do to get put in? And it seems like people keep dancing around the answer instead of just giving a direct answer. And I think what Street's getting at is just saying that.
Because they don't want to put Ja'Cory in, and Tyler Van Dyke basically is the Band-Aid for the rest of the year, kind of like. They don't want to put Ja'Cory in. But like Dawson said, Ja'Cory is ready. He's ready. The Cane fans think he's incapable because they see him in the scrimmage when he can't run the ball and he looks a little handicapped.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And quarterbacks like him, it takes some time. You know what I'm saying? It took the kid at Florida State some time. It took Andy Hooker some time. It took Jalen Hurts some time. But what I'm saying is, dog, if Virginia could march in here with 185-pound quarterback named Musket that committed to Monument, and he go toe-to-toe with us for 4 quarters, dog, we could come up with an offense that Ja'Cory could run that'll be effective. It's just a luxury that we have that we don't have to use a Ja'Cory.
Shout out to my dog Paco, man. I shared this with him today, and this is my thoughts on that. I think the staff knows there's something. I think in this today's day and age, you have to be very careful what you put on tape. Period. In this age where these people are throwing out astronomical numbers to anybody who's a serviceable quarterback, especially if you've been in school already, I think the staff knows they have the guy that's probably gonna lead them to the national championship in Ja'Cory Brown sitting in that locker room. But they have to put in a position where it's like, we can't put nothing on tape with this motherfucker because one of these other big time SEC schools, a Big Ten school, is gonna come calling for his services. He has a prototypical size. He runs like a fucking deer. He has a cannon that we've clearly seen.
Like they had him in the barn, right?
Yeah, it's like if what do we risk if we put him out there and he absolutely shreds it? Because then we got to deal with a divided locker room who's gonna say, half of them are gonna be like, hey, we like Tyler, your exes and whatnot, and the other half is gonna say, we want Ja'Cory to be a starter. That's the issue in itself. Then on top of that, you're gonna have all these other outside agencies and all these people doing these things saying, yeah, you know what? You might have to go make a call to Mr. 11 over there and see what he talking about. And sometimes he's not even going to a better situation, right? I.e. Spencer Rattler, but the right school call with the right NIL deal, and they ruin you because you took the money and ran instead of staying and getting developed. Maybe to a point where you could have been hitting an elite ceiling per se, right? And so I think what's happening is I don't want to put this, but shout out to E1. We not saying nothing, but hey, there are some suitors out there, right?
Of course.
So it's already been publicly said that he's probably going to hit the portal. The one thing I'm gonna ask all 4 of y'all, Mm-hmm. And this is what I've seen with my own eyes, and this is what I still hear. What's up with Ja'Cory Brown accuracy? He's still having accuracy problems in practice. But y'all saying put him in the game.
I mean,
I retort with this. Hold up.
Accuracy problem.
I was gonna say the same thing. With a clean pocket, so does Tyler. So what are we saying?
Our quarterback play is here, X. You don't have our quarterback play is very low right now, dog.
Hey,
you can probably go in there and get a couple snaps, dog. Better than how our quarterback can play.
Well, I'm smart at quarterback, so of course I won't throw them. But Tyler still playing with 70%.
He's inconsistent. They're saying he's still a little inconsistent. But I think it's small shit. Emory was inconsistent for 3 quarters. We drug him through Clemson. We fucking pulled him through the Clemson game.
We did.
Propped him up. Told him he was great for 3 quarters. And he stood up in the 4th quarter and made some plays. Can somebody do that for Ja'Cory Brown next year in a big game? Can somebody say, hey, dog, you the starter. We got your back.
That's a fair point, Josh. That's a fair point.
Tyler Stoddard right now still at 70% on completion. Do y'all want to compare that to what he was last year and the year before?
No. Don't get me wrong.
You're right, dog. He's number 1 in efficiency in ACC.
No, yeah, we give him
He's
that.
Still right behind Drake May.
I simply always stand on this. This is my only thing. We cannot just throw Ja'Cory under the bus and say he's quote unquote not ready if he not even get an opportunity to try. And I gave my thought process because I think this staff understands who he is, and I don't think they're ready to unleash him to the world. That's my stance, right? I think they feel like they owe Tyler the opportunity to go to the next league or at least go somewhere else and be serviceable by letting him play the year out and put all he can on tape. And then I feel like, and this is just me, they transition to the Ja'Cory Brown era. That's just me though. I don't have no insight. Go ahead, KB.
I got a question. What Mehdi is saying, it could be true, but like I've also told Streeter, sometimes we give these guys too much credit. You never know. They could be incapable of seeing that. They could be just dumb. They could be, right? Yeah. But forget all that. My question is this. What is it that you have seen from, what is it that anybody have seen from Ja'Cory to say that he's gotten worse than last year? Because everything you're saying about him now, you kind of were able to say it last year as a freshman, and yet he kind of leapfrogged Jake Garcia, got into the Georgia Tech game, the same guy that has no accuracy, the same guy that's quote unquote throwing balls in the dirt, and lit Georgia Tech ass up. No, he didn't have a TBD type game, but 3 touchdowns, amazing completion percentage, taking off, running the ball. Like you saw all that from a freshman who was quote unquote not ready. So how does he get worse in a year? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing that you say he ain't got no better. Are you telling me he got worse?
I didn't say he got worse. I'm just saying his accuracy ain't.
But that's what I'm saying. So what's the fear? So what's the fear? We saw what he did at Georgia Tech, and we're gonna say that that's the guy that we're gonna get. What's the fear in playing him?
I'm not giving anybody, and I'm gonna repeat on this show. I'm not giving anybody credit for beating Georgia Tech last year. I don't care what nobody says.
Well, shit, we can't. What the fuck?
I don't want to hear it.
Wait a minute. TBD. Hold on.
Listen.
TBD couldn't beat Middle Tennessee last year.
Hold on. Let's talk.
Georgia Tech last year was just transitioning from the triple option offense. Do not give me any crap about him going out there and beating Georgia Tech. Granted, he did it, and I was grateful and happy for it. And guess what? He went out there against Clemson, and we saw, yeah, man, this ain't it.
We know. So be fair about it. What you saw, be fair. Fuck all that. Be fair. And tell me you saw Clemson line fucking demolish our fucking team. You saw that shit, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not gonna give him no credit for Georgia Tech, they goddamn it, a worse team than Georgia Tech is fucking Middle Tennessee State, and they ate TBD ass alive. And I'll give them credit. Their pass rush was there. Their pass rush was effective. But that motherfucker came out and threw a fucking interception the first fucking drive of the game.
So
first drive.
So what are we doing, dog?
Listen, Ja'Cory Bennett got what y'all want. He has the legs. He has all this other stuff. Then actually completing passes. He couldn't do that against Clemson. I mean,
do what?
Clemson has owned.
He took off against Clemson
in the ACC.
He took off when?
But not only that, but
so he broke one on Clemson.
The D line. Clemson's D line last year is better than our D line with Ruben Bain.
I mean, their D line is good this year still. So.
Not against us, they wasn't.
Not like that. Not like the one last year.
Okay, so here goes the whole point of the whole topic, right?
Hey, listen. Name the quarterbacks that couldn't do it for Clemson. Don't start with Ja'Cory, the true freshman. King couldn't do it against Clemson.
Could not
do it against Clemson.
Roselle couldn't do it.
Oh my God.
I don't know if Kaya got an opportunity.
So we got knocked out. We just can't do shit against Clemson. You know what I'm saying? It's evidence there. So let's not blame that on Ja'Cory.
No, I'm not blaming it on Ja'Cory, but I'm just saying, since he's the guy that y'all want, he had an opportunity to play against Clemson, though. I mean, y'all praising the Georgia Tech game and then overlooking the Clemson game. I mean,
yeah, but you know,
teams are different.
You know, Georgia Tech's beat North Carolina. So why do you measure beat the last 3 years in a row, right?
TVD haven't beat him yet, though.
Wait, so why do you measure Georgia? So why do you measure Georgia Tech down, but you don't measure Clemson up? Like as bad as Georgia Tech was, that's how good Clemson was.
No, see, y'all,
you know what I'm saying. So let's at least break even.
Y'all saying okay? So Ja'Cory is what they said. Actually, he's probably one of the fastest people on the team. He has the ability to not get hit every play. But guess what? He was getting hit every play because he wasn't ready to get in the game. Y'all are one saying, "Oh, put him in the game." How do we know he's still not ready? Because guess what?
Because he's not going to get hit like that this year.
This is crazy that I'm listening.
He's not going to get hit like that this year, dog.
I mean, I'm just telling y'all what I see with my eyes.
Like I said, you entitled to your opinion, but until we see him actually get an opportunity to get into the game, this is all going to be for, it's all going to be skepticism, right? It's going to be
locker room talk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Talk. Like, and it's hard for anybody to really say, what he is or isn't going to be if he don't get. We saw him in spring game. He's not live. He can't run, right? We saw him last year in a very sample size against arguably two of the best teams he's going to see in his career. And our offensive line was absolute hot dog water. So it's not as if we gave him the same fair shake. And that's what Kyle's kind of getting at. We didn't give him the same fair shake we give TVD when the sample sizes are the exact same. You know what I'm saying? The only X factor, no pun intended, is that TVD was quote unquote hurt. So we always give him the benefit of the doubt. I even hear media people still saying it. TVD still might be hurt. It's like, it's never TVD's just a bad quarterback. It's always TVD still hurt.
Yeah, I don't think TVD hurt like that anyway. But
yeah, so once again, we only saying that all this is honestly for naught if we don't give him the right opportunity behind this O-line, which he may not get because this O-line ain't gonna be here next year. Javion leaving, Matt Lee might be leaving. We got to figure out, and those are two huge staples of that line. You know what I'm saying? Javion's push might have won us the game. You know what I'm saying? Rivers is probably leaving because he's playing at a fantastic level. Inez could be leaving. Yeah, I hope not.
Be here. He can't leave. Inez can't leave.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He did play as a true freshman.
All I'm saying is, from the time that we were allowed to see practice, I've seen Ja'Cory throwing the ball, and I was like, yeah, he's still having issues. Now, could Dawson draw up plays for him to be good? Because Streeter said when we see Ja'Cory rolling out the pocket, he throws a great ball. It's when he's in the pocket, I'm like, oh boy, it just don't look like it's natural at all when he's in the pocket. But when he goes out the pocket, that's good. That's my only thing. I'm like, I would love to see Ja'Cory go out there and ball. But just from what I've seen,
I wish Twan was in here.
It's just like, oh man.
Because X making it seem like it looked really bad when Ja'Cory Brown was out there.
So,
and it didn't look bad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it didn't look bad. I'm not saying it was bad.
Well, Rich went to a practice, right?
Yeah, I did.
Was it as bad as he say?
No. As a matter of fact, during that, I mean, even in that practice, I'm looking at Ja'Curry and I'm looking at TVD, and I'm like,
they was in shorts, man. They wasn't in pads that day.
They was in pads. They was in pads and shorts.
They was in pads.
Yeah.
I thought they were like the first day they was out there. They wasn't. They was in helmets and probably helmets and shells.
No, they had they had
helmets and
pads
shells.
on.
They wasn't in full gear. They was just in helmets and shells.
I got you, but nonetheless, because we judging Ja'Curry based on 2 or 3 throws at a spring game. In that practice, we saw that Ja'Curry was just as good as a passer or as accurate as any other passer. And not only that, but we heard throughout the whole spring, this past spring, that Ja'Curry was lighting it up. We heard that. We heard Ja'Curry was lighting it up. We heard Ray was lighting it up.
Yeah, well,
That's
I saw him throwing bombs to Ray.
This question right here. Hold on,
right. 1 second, Matty. That Georgia Tech team that you're not giving him no credit for, right? Last year, right? Guess how many games they won last year?
What, 5?
They won 5. But guess who they beat though?
Well, they beat North Carolina. They beat North Carolina for what, 4 or 5 years.
They beat a ranked Pitt team, right? But you're saying you're giving them no credit for beating these dudes, dog. The ACC is the ACC. Go watch that highlight from North Carolina, Georgia Tech the other night. That is what the ACC is, some crazy shit. That's what it is, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, you have to give him credit. As a true freshman, dog, that's wrong for you to say that, dog. You have to give dog credit for going out there looking like that because we done seen debuts of true freshmen against horrible teams. Mm-hmm. We watched Emory struggle in the second half of Bethune-Cookman. Yes or no?
You say we watched Emory struggle with Bethune?
Yeah, when they kept throwing him out there, he started struggling.
He did?
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch that one.
If I recall, I don't think he I think he completed all his passes.
Go watch it again, man. They kept throwing him out there. He started to look like a freshman. She started struggling. He started rushing. He started. Go look at it.
X, you see the question on the screen?
So Brown can't run the offense that Emory ran against Clemson.
Do you think he's capable of doing that?
All right, hey, X say, yeah, kick him out of here. You kick him out of here.
Nah,
consider him the motherfucking Hooters or whatever fuck he be going Tootsies.
You said yes?
Yeah, he could run Emory, the offense that Dawson gave Emory.
With that,
I think X froze. I mean, I think Street froze.
Yeah.
Run whenever you want to.
Say that again, Street. You froze.
Emory was down for 11 for 102 yards against Bethune-Cookman. I'm trying to figure out what game you talk about. He struggled, Streeter.
Go watch the game. Because I remember looking at Twan. Go watch the game. I remember looking at Twan and saying, oh, okay, well, there we go. Go watch the game.
Can you pull it up?
Go watch it. Go watch it. He started struggling at the end. He started looking like a freshman.
All I know is, man, TVD didn't do enough to lose his job. So y'all either gonna keep playing it or y'all just gonna keep either ride with it because he ain't losing the job. So
I said that. So like I said, I just want to see him snap out of it. Like it's nothing personal for me.
I mean, look, I probably was the biggest TVD fan, and for the last 3 games, I said, yeah, man, that dude just ain't it. I came out and said it, but he's our guy. We got the next 4 games. I think he's our guy that could possibly lead us to these next 4 games to get over the hump.
I think he hurt. For some reason, I don't think he's playing against Florida State.
Why you say that, Street?
I don't know, dog. For some reason, it seems like he just go away. Need big games.
It's interesting.
Man, that'd be terrible too. To put Emory out there against Florida State.
Nah, y'all think Emory would have beat Georgia Tech last year?
Nope.
On the road with dumbass calling plays.
Yeah, not with. But oh man, not to get off topic. So everything that's going on with Michigan, man. It come to find out, that's how he won that offensive award, because the coach was giving them the plays. Like, he was giving them the plays that the other team was running and stuff like that.
Oh Lord, they don't. Oh Lord, I was
said
with
that?
a couple of Michigan players this weekend, dog. I wanted to ask them so bad, I just didn't know how to break the ice.
So y'all be cheating, dog? That's what y'all be doing.
Yeah, man. They had a coach, and they was doing it. And I'm pretty sure
y'all get the play, or y'all get the formations.
I'm pretty sure everybody would do this, man. But they had a coach that was literally buying tickets, sitting right behind the bench, recording everything the other teams is doing. So basically, you know how they get like they have rotation of play they from the call, or these players going in at a certain time, the time frame that the players that the ball is hyped. They had all that. Like, they got a whole, and he gave it to Michigan. He was giving it to Michigan every game.
Dog, literally. But this is what I believe. I believe if Michigan is going that far to win the game, I believe that a lot of teams are going that far to win the game.
Every team, most teams.
No, I was gonna say that's a good point. I think we should talk about this now. It's a good transition. First, college football playoff rankings have dropped.
No, literally, Michigan hasn't had a team score more than 10 points on them this year.
Mm-hmm. And we already know that TCU confirmed that they were doing dummy calls, and they beat Michigan.
TCU confirmed what?
They were doing dummy calls last year.
Dummy calls.
Explain what you're saying.
Okay, so basically, Michigan, they had got wind from apparently like other Big Ten coaches, like, hey, y'all know Michigan be stealing like calls, right? So when y'all make y'all calls, y'all got to do some like fake calls to throw them off, because they know what you're going to call. And so they started doing dummy calls to get their offense out. Michigan would take the bait and they'd call something else. So, the guy from the sideline doing all this, and whatever one they had recorded and they were preparing for and setting their defense up to, whenever that happened, they wouldn't know which guy was calling the real call. Does that make sense?
Right.
Two people are calling at the same time, but they didn't know which one was the right one. So they were prepared and set a defense in preparation for it, because they knew that Michigan had possibly stolen their calls. And that's the last team we've seen be successful against them since. Dating back to last season.
Yeah, they said, they came out and said it. The coach they got, he was one of Harbaugh's guys. They got him. He's on record saying, like, yeah, he did it. That's going to be a wild situation, because at the end of the day, I don't even care. They probably not going to do nothing in Michigan. I think Harbaugh going to end up leaving. They're self-imposed, maybe a bowl.
Yeah, just like they did at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, like, so.
Do you think? So I'll say this: do y'all think, with all that being said, because I heard a media member say that because of this, they thought that when the ratings came out, that Michigan would be dropped because the speculation around the program. Do y'all think that they should be ranked as high as number 3?
I mean, until somebody beat them, no. I mean, yeah. Until somebody beat them, yeah. They've been blowing everybody out they played. So,
yeah.
At the end of the day, I keep telling people, I don't care if you cheat or not, man. You still got to play that game.
No, I do have to say though, Florida State has won every game. Well, Washington won every game too. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you leave it the way it is. You got to, because they've always been there. They've always been 2 or 3. Michigan, this whole almost the whole season.
Close. I don't think Michigan, what Street said, nobody get over 10 points on them yet. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you can't not let them be in the top 4, man. That's just crazy.
Nobody ain't scored over 10 points yet.
Now, the Ohio State thing, I think is kind of ridiculous, because I don't think they deserve to be number 1.
I agree.
They're talking about resume.
What resume Ohio State got? They beat Penn State. That's it.
They got 2 top 10 wins.
Who was the second one?
Penn State.
Penn State is one. Who else? Who's the second one?
Notre Dame. Al Gordon fucked it up.
Come on, man.
That's the resume so far, man.
That's why I hate college football, because they act like Notre Dame is some all heaven like team. If you beat Notre Dame, you're supposed to be man, Notre Dame not like that.
Hey, you are what your resume says you are, at least for now. I don't pay attention to none of this in the beginning of the season because all this stuff changes, you know what I'm saying? If Notre Dame goes on and loses 6 games, you know what I'm saying? Then well, it's impossible to lose 6 games, but if Notre Dame lose the rest of their season,
they got Clemson this weekend, so
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then even for us, normally Clemson would be a quality win. Texas A&M would be a quality win, but they suck, so it drops our resume. You know what I'm saying? But if Clemson ends up beating Notre Dame and they finish the season 8-4 and they went out, then it might look like a quality win later on for us. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we're gonna be what's called. Someone said why Air Force is ranked. Hey, relax, man. Air Force 8-0. That's why they're the best Group of 5 team in football right now. They undefeated.
Who?
That's why. Air Force, man.
The Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force Academy. Shout out to my guys. But that's the reason why. I think Florida State so far has a decent win with LSU, but LSU got to go play Alabama. So that depending on what happened with them, you know what I'm saying? If LSU ends up losing to Bama, they're a 2-loss team, or a 3-loss team because they lost to Ole Miss. And that might not be a quality win for Florida State. So you might see them dropping, which is why it's getting more and more important that we got to beat that team. Between them and Louisville, because them and Louisville are the only 2 teams that's ranked. From the ACC? Yeah. There's only 2 ACC teams ranked? Am I missing something? Y'all tell me. Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State and Duke, I think. No, Florida State and
Louisville.
And we play both of them.
That's it. Yeah, there's only 2 ACC team ranked. What we started the season out with? Like 6?
We started out with 5.
Yeah, they lost to at the time, but they lost 2 straight. They lost to 1-5 Virginia, and they lost to Georgia Tech in convincing fashion. So that's a 2-loss team, but they damn sure ain't they comp no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these wins are important, man. Like just because we have a 6-2 record does not mean that. But what do we have in our hand? The opportunity to play spoiler.
I mean,
look, we could beat Florida State, and we could beat Florida State.
We have to beat Florida State twice. We have to beat Florida State twice. We will play spoiler if we go in there and beat Louisville. We'll beat spoiler.
We can play spoiler for both of their ass, because if we beat Florida State and we're not ranked, the committee's gonna count that as a bad loss because they want to get Florida State about it. They want to put one conference in as many times as possible. So that means they get to put a Michigan and Ohio State in twice. They'll do it. If that means they get to put a Georgia and a LSU or a Bama in, they'll do it because that's what they want. They want it to be considered 2 power conferences. It makes it easier. You know what I'm saying? Thus, that brings in that revenue. ACC ain't gonna bring no revenue into it. Like that's why you see Clemson, but it seemed like people didn't even matter. Like that Clemson was winning because Clemson had to go through a gauntlet. Don't get me wrong, but they were never giving them the same benefit of the doubt that they gave the SEC or the Big Ten teams. So, and they got a whole bunch of 1-loss teams waiting to win. They want. I heard the whole committee say Oregon. They think Oregon's the best team in the country, despite them having 1 loss.
Yeah, they want Oregon to get in. They still got USC ranked. They got UCLA ranked. They got LSU 2 losses. I mean, I don't know why LSU is ranked there. They almost got 100 points scored on them in 1 game. They said
I think it's because of the timing of where it was in the season versus Florida State, and then
Ole Miss almost scored 100 points on them. They said
Ole Miss,
it's crazy.
Is Ole Miss ranked? Yeah, they are. They're number 10.
Ole Miss is ranked.
But it's still early. I think all this shit sucks, if I'm being honest with you. I don't trust any of these teams. I don't trust the committee. But this is not the committee's fault. This is simply them going off of what the writers are doing. And I think the writers are terrible. I think I hate the AP poll with a burning passion. I think it's based off of nothing. I think it makes no sense week in and week out. So shout out to Liberty, shout out to James Madison, man. I was talking to Street, that guy I was telling you about. They played James Madison this weekend. James Madison undefeated in the Sun Belt, but James Madison ain't even ranked.
Well,
James Madison ranked. What you mean? Oh, they showed enough ain't ranked. James Madison isn't ranked. That's crazy.
What'd you say, Street?
When he played for Georgia State, D-line, offensive line or something?
Yeah. Shout out to Cameron Dodd, man. I don't know if he here watching, but yeah, I was playing Call of Duty with him earlier, man. They got a big game against James Madison this weekend. They're 6-2. I think they're second in the Sun Belt. So that's a huge game for them. They trying to make some noise. Shout out to the fighting Luke Cristobal's, man. You know what I'm saying? The fighting Thomas Gores.
You say the fighting what?
The fighting Thomas Gores. Shout out to Thomas Gore, man. The staff seems really high on him. They keep saying that he's doing his thing when he gets in, he makes plays. So
shout out to Dean, man. Dean having a pretty decent season for you.
Shout out to Branson Dean, man. They say he's fully healthy.
Look as big as I thought he was, man, on the field. He looked kind of small.
Yeah, he's only about 6'2", 280.
Yeah. What else we had?
All we gotta do is just win our games. We win our games. We play sport up for Louisville, and you hope to. If you beat Florida State, you hope to get back to the ACC championship. You beat them again. You got a great New Year's Day bowl.
Yeah. Let's get some recruiting, man, because everybody keep asking in the chat. I grabbed the ones I could. I'll go back and grab the other ones, but this is the first one I saw.
Oh man, the first guy is Mikael Bell, the big 6'8.5" offensive lineman, JUCO, the number one offensive lineman in JUCO.
He visited last week, right?
Yeah, and that was an unofficial. So now he's finna schedule an official. I'm not sure if it's going to be during the game or during that recruiting season.
So Johnny Law asked.
I think we kind of made a move. I think we made a move with him this weekend.
That's what's up. I don't want you to get too much because I know you got the space tomorrow night, but quick update on Armando Blunt because everybody asking.
I mean, the news is real. Like, yeah, he's definitely talking with the staff. I think it's something that went on with him in the other school. It's probably something. Hey, man, it's recruited. It's recruited, man. Until these kids sign on that dotted line, it's just how it is.
Who else? They keep asking about right here, Ellis Robinson. A question for X later on the show. What's the temperature on Ellis Robinson? Are we closing in?
Now that closing, man, we might be finishing that thing, boy. That kid.
What'd you say?
He likes to die, man. He likes to die, man. The guy's doing a real good job with him. Yeah. The guy's doing a real good job with him. He likes the Miami program. He likes the Miami program also, and him and Mario.
I was gonna ask that because we obviously know Adai's contract's come to a close. Are we in a position to renew Adai? Does he want to stay here? Does he want to go
That's on him.
That's on him. Pastures.
That's on him. Damn, I don't even know if I should say this, but I think how Mario overworks coaches in the recruiting area. I think he might try to go to the NFL where he don't have to recruit. Because it takes a lot out of you when you have to do that and coach. It's like you might have 3-4 hours a day with your family. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people want to be with their family longer. That was a situation with the D-line coach who left last year. What's his name? Rob Wright. Man, I can't do this. I can't do this for 22 hours a day, man. I need, I need some time.
Ben Pfeiffer asks, is there any progress on Cedric Bailey from Chaminade?
No, man. He's locked in with North Carolina State. I've said that over and over.
At least we're going to know who North Carolina State quarterback is in the next coming years.
Yeah. Unfortunate for us, huh? But yeah, he locked in with them. But that Ellis Robinson thing, man, I think he's letting Georgia know, like, hey, man, Miami is just doing a better job right now. So I don't know what y'all Yeah, y'all winning national championships and y'all sending players to the NFL, man. But Miami is really on the edge.
Ian Coleman, y'all think we flip anyone this week in recruiting, or we add to the class?
This week? No, not this week.
I'm gonna ask you straight up.
He letting us know, X. Why? What you mean he letting?
Okay, so he's telling. He's like, man, look, if Miami just show up on the field, man, if they look good, I'm gonna be interested. Miami is did their thing so far. Now he's saying, man, Miami basically did everything they told me or I asked for. And this is giving me reasons to think about flipping.
E1K makes a good point.
You know, the good thing about it is, remember how hard Mario and his staff was recruited half of IMG last year when Francis and them was there. Chris Robinson was on that team, so he had the opportunity to see how hard Miami was recruiting.
Yeah,
right.
It's the same thing all over again.
Do we think that like obviously there's some still big process with IMG. You think we done there, or we think it's one of those things where outside of Ellis Robinson, do you think it's still some guys that we can?
Yeah, they got some underclassmen that the staff is looking at.
Is it over with Stone?
Nah, it's not over with Stone. They still on Stone, man. And I've heard that Stone is kind of his ears like this. You know what I'm saying? He listening to it.
Yeah, you lose to Kansas State. That is. Yeah,
I think that Stone situation where it was a spur of the moment that just made him commit to Oklahoma. No, it was supposed to be Miami.
I saw him with that phone and I was like, yeah, that wire transfer came through. That's all that is. The wire transfer came through. He got the confirmation on the Zelle. He was like, yep, I'm go ahead and pull this trigger. But with that being said, for everybody listening, understand that for a lot of these recruiting things, like if y'all don't hear something about a guy, doesn't mean that the staff is necessarily off of them. A lot of it means that they're holding out because a lot of times the schools that they compete against keep matching the offers. And so they trying to be the last one with their foot in the door because a lot of these guys are matching offers and it's making it hard for the program to continue to kind of keep pace with these guys. It's only so many resources they can put out there, you know what I'm saying, before people start matching them. But so don't
these kids are asking for some ridiculous numbers, man. It's
absolutely.
It's getting up to what you got a question. Should I pay this? Hey, I mean that should be the first thing a school or whoever say, should I pay this? Because or
I was with
and understand too,
night, man. They said Lama labor numbers was real, man. They said he got $2 million in high school.
Yeah, he signed an $8 million deal.
I was like, whoa.
That got published in like the newspaper.
I didn't think those numbers were real. But somebody said Shamar Stewart frustrated. He coming home. Okay, finally, I can ask y'all in the comment section, yes or no. Y'all want Shamar home? Y'all still want Shamar home? Just let me yes or no in the comment section. Y'all want Shamar home?
Before you answer, I gotta preface this. If you get Shamar home, you get Mo. So you can't be like, yeah, we want Shamar home, but then boom Mo in the stands. It don't work like that.
Mo's a good dude, man.
I'm not saying he not. I'm saying the fans, they can't be like, yeah, we want Shamar home. But then when Mo showed up at the game.
Mo came to the game already. People don't know who Mo is though.
Oh, they never seen him. He was on Footballville.
I mean, look, them people ain't got that big enough heart to be walking up to.
Look at Gio in the comment section talking about hell yeah.
I seen somebody was asking me about the Lyles. Yeah, I think the Lyles thing is gonna happen also too. Jordan Lyles, the running back of the St. Thomas.
Yeah, shout out to the villains, man. If you're a villain, man, you got that news via the Discord. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not,
astounding yeses, man. I see a couple no, but majority yeses, though.
Like I said, I think most people who have common sense to say yes. What I'm saying is don't be throwing eggs at the man and screaming, boo this man when you see Mo at the game, like at a tailgate, man. Like don't hate on the man. Like understand that if there's a possibility for him to come home, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
There's some other people you might have heard like that they looking at possibly bringing back home. I ain't gonna say no names, you know what I'm saying, but just look around college football. You see some people making some plays from other schools. Understand there's always opportunity for them to come back, right? So be careful when you be on Twitter trolling, talking shit to some of these kids, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? I remember some of y'all talking crazy about Jaden Davis and how he wasn't getting no snaps and he ain't a real starter. Night. Some of y'all sit here and argue that he probably one of our best cornerbacks. Be careful about what you say to some of these people, because sometimes they spin the block looking for an opportunity to come back and play because they see Miami trending up. Just be smart about what you say. It ain't always in your best interest to say something about some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all was very hard on what's my man in with the Florida State, the lineman.
The lineman?
Yeah, he can't play this year.
Oh, you talk about Julian Armello?
No, the defensive lineman. He was here. Daryl Jackson.
Oh, Jackson.
A lot of y'all was hard as hell on Daryl Jackson, and they was like, "Oh, he come back." Suddenly y'all like, "Oh yeah, let Daryl Jackson come back. Yeah, we want him back." Yeah, y'all gotta learn how to temper the way y'all talk to some of these people, man. Things change. People lie. Men lie. Women lie. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they like, hey, at least over there at Miami, they was keeping it 100 with me since I was a troop or a recruit to now that I'm in the college program. So,
but at the end of the day, I don't think at that point, I don't think they care about the fans. They be like, man, I'm coming home anyway. They gonna love them when they put on the jersey. So they don't
you right,
man. End of the day, they be like, man, whatever. Yeah, if I put this jersey on, y'all gonna love me. Like when Jeremiah Smith said, "Oh, I'm never going back on campus. I'm never going back on a visit." Everybody hated it. Then, he's coming back on a visit. Oh man, we want you to be a Hurricane. y'all got mad at me because I said I ain't coming back on a visit, but now, you know what I'm saying? So
I just gotta stop being weird, man. Just like let the situations play out. Everything. There's always a situation where, you know what I'm saying, like I said, a lot of these schools, y'all know a lot of these schools, you know what I'm saying, we're not sitting here saying Shamar coming back. We saying that some conversations are being had with a lot of these guys, and we got to understand as fans that just because a particular person didn't necessarily pan out in the recruiting process, and try to understand their thing too, man. At the time, this man didn't know who he was going to play for. I mean, obviously now he looks at Guidry's offense. Not saying DJ Durkins is bad, but he looks at Guidry's off. He probably think, man, that's like a blast to play for. You know what I'm saying? Especially you see how
defense. He probably saying, yeah, I should. Well, I mean, if he looking at it from the last year's standpoint, he probably say, I made the best decision. Then if he's like, oh well, if I could have waited, but he was already in college when Coach Guidry came over, so it's like. Y'all see people asking me about Jeremiah. Jeremiah, we still chipping right there.
No, I understand, Sterling, like I said, but yeah, which is short for fanatics, but y'all just got to be cognizant of we in a world that's different now. You know what I'm saying? We not in a world where if Michael Irvin made a bad play, y'all was in his DMs telling him that he sucked. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the world we grew up in. Y'all got to understand that these guys have feelings too. And this generation, especially, Generation Z, they struggle with coping mechanisms. They don't have the same coping mechanisms as older generations did because they didn't go through as much. You know what I'm saying? So be cognizant about that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you at the end of the day, you grown men and women, y'all do whatever the hell y'all want to do. I'm simply saying y'all can sometimes, and it's not y'all because, like X said, the fans going to do what they want to, but y'all put yourself in positions sometimes to sour the expectations of the fan base because y'all say a lot of crazy stuff. So relax. And Marley, like I said, don't just be so convinced we're not getting, like I said, understand it's a business now, right? It was business before because some schools was doing some schools and some conferences was doing some under the table stuff. Now we in a position where we need to see that money, right? And same thing when we talk about, I'll make this relation and then I'll let X close it out and we'll get up out of here. With a lot of these boosters, right? Y'all be expecting these boosters to pay these kids some of these astronomical amounts that they asking for that X alluded to, right? But let's say I'm a booster and I paid after the spring a particular QB a certain amount of money that he didn't go possibly play for another school. For one, I want to see that QB play. if I even hear rumblings about you benching that person, you can't come back to me the next year talking about, hey, we need this money for this guy. Cause I'm gonna be like, I gave you this for this dude last year and you didn't even play him. You benched him. So why are you gonna now sit here and ask me for this amount of money for this kid? Like, no, I'm good. Y'all gotta understand this is business now, not feelings. These boosters don't care. They want to see a successful product on the field. They want to see a return on their investment. So if you sit here and ask for one dude and then bench him when it becomes convenient, you can't go back to said booster and say, hey, we need to try to get this guy now. Because they'll be like, hell no. I gave you that money. Like, I gave you that last year, you didn't do nothing with it. You benched the dude. Nah, I'm good. That's the era we in, dog.
Word on the street is who's decided to make the FSU? Not Jeremiah Smith. That ain't got a percentage of truth to it.
But like we said, man, X gonna give y'all more details tomorrow, man. Space 7:30 as always. He'll be in to answer all y'all questions. Man, if y'all here's a word of advice, y'all got questions, man, write them down now, man. And please try to show up on time. I feel like every time I come in there, X will answer a question, and then maybe 25 minutes later, some dude's like, hey, I wasn't here to begin in space. Can you answer this question?
Yeah, man,
again?
I came in late. Like, man, look. And the show is recorded, so you can go back and listen to it. So it's like, I think I keep asking me. And then stop asking me the same question every week. Like, come on, man. I know it's something new y'all can ask me.
Donald said, how much you want to bet Jeremiah solid commit?
Whatever you want to bet. What you want to bet?
Don Buff must be he must be a Florida State fan here trolling, man.
What you want to bet? Because I'll bet right. I call Jeremiah right now, and he'll tell you he ain't decided to commit to Florida State. So what do you want to bet?
Brandon Innisport. Once again, man, like I said, don't hate on these
kids. That one right there, cause I ain't gonna say nothing else, but yeah, that could be something.
This man, so I'm betting you 5 bottles of Henny. Oh Lord.
I'm not lying. That's a troll, man. Everybody paying attention to talk about 5 bottles of Hennessy. I got 5 bottles of Hennessy in my car right now.
Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all in here, man. Please hit the like button on your way out, man. If you're watching this back on replay, we appreciate you hitting the like button too. Space tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern time. X. I'm sure Cap is gonna be in there. I'll pop my head in. I don't be saying much because X be having all y'all just ask him questions about recruiting stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
we'll talk Kane versus Carolina State. I guess recruiting obviously. I'm gonna talk about come pick your son up too. That season is
yeah, we're supposed to hit that. Yeah, we definitely hit that up. Yeah, come pick your son up. Season is here. Some people are here talking spicy. The staff ain't really here for it, man. If you feel some type of way, it's really simple. It's not like these people are picking favorites, right? Like we seen in other regimes, this guy is clearly better than this guy, but this guy been here longer, so we're gonna play him. This don't happen with Manny staff, as you can clearly see, right? If you can play, you do what the staff asks you, you will get your ass on the field. If you're not, well, I mean, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself, right? Like, but don't go out here and start talking crazy to people because you feel you entitled to something. Not even you. Your people feel like you entitled to something. So I'll let X get into detail with that, tomorrow.
I'm gonna jump on all over that tomorrow, man. So y'all basically I get that early, 7:30. I'm probably try to keep it on for like an hour. I always know we go over that, but that's basically the time frame, 7:30, 8:30, but we go down.
But yeah, man, shout out to all y'all being in here tonight. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Appreciate y'all showing love. Like P said, man, come get your jit. We about this thing. X, you got anything else, or that's it?
Nah, that's about it. Anything else, we'll address tomorrow.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Salute. We about this thing.